This is Gene Monterastelli, and welcome to the Tapping Qanda podcast, recorded live to tape from Williamsburg in Brooklyn. This is episode 640, originally aired December 4th, 2024. Hi, everyone. I hope this finds you well wherever you are and whatever time of day you're getting a chance to listen to this. Thanks for spending a little time with me. The podcast that I'm sharing with you today is not the podcast that I had intended on sharing with you today. As you can tell by the sound of my voice, I am under the weather. So much so that it's had me to completely rearrange my week and what I could do and what I couldn't do because of my energy, because of what was going on. And so part of that rearranging, I decided it would be a great opportunity for us to do some tapping on health and well-being. But for me, there's actually two parts to tapping on health and well-being. And so it's important, at least for me, to get the most out of tapping, that I engage both of those parts. Now, for those of you who are new to tapping, tapping is this absolutely amazing tool set. It's actually built off of the exact same system inside of our bodies that acupuncture is built on for our health and our well-being. And it's something that you can apply to yourself with your fingers, without needles, anywhere, anytime. It's something I use every single day. I use it with my clients every time I chat with one. It's super simple to learn. If you go to learntotap.com, that's learntotap.com, I have a very simple, absolutely free introduction to you. You'll be tapping right away. It'll make it so much easier for you to engage with everything we're doing. And you can just follow the little red arrow in the upper right-hand corner, and that will take you to learntotap.com. When we are tapping for issues, oftentimes we think we need to be tapping for that issue. And that is a great entry point. But for me, there's actually a step before that. And that is what I've always called the emotion about the issue. What is my emotional response to the issue that is going on? Recently, I've learned that that's actually called a meta emotion. It's the emotion, the meta textual experience about the experience that we're having itself. And so for me, oftentimes there's emotion that comes along with what I'm experiencing. So for example, this morning, when I sat down at my desk in my sick state, I realized that my website had disappeared. And there was a number of emotions that came up for that. And so before I could reach out to support, check out backup, see what was going on, the first thing I did was I tapped on my fear, my frustration, my worry, because those emotions about the outcome of not having a website were clouding my judgment and were making it hard for me to make good, thoughtful choices about what was in front of me. So by clearing the emotions about the issue, it made responding to the issue so much easier. You know, my thought of always, what is the first action that leads to the best action? That's my motto. First action, best action. First action that leads to the best action. And so when I'm going to tap, sometimes I have an emotional issue about the thing that I'm going to tap on, or I have an emotional response to what is going on, which requires the tapping. And so that's why when I sit down to tap on something that is health and well-being related, the first thing I do is I tap on my emotional response to what is going on. So we're going to do that right now. And even if you are not sick right now, this is something that you can do, because I'm guessing that there is something that is holding you back in your body, in your mind, in your energy level. And I'd be willing to bet you have an emotional response to that. So what we're going to do is tap on the side of the hand, take a nice big deep breath. And what we're going to do is we're going to move from tapping point to tapping point. Repeat after me. And if you can do it out loud, that would be great, if that feels safe and comfortable. And just move from point to point in the order that makes the most sense for you. I recognize the fact that because I am sick, it is making today so much harder. I am moving slower. I have less energy. I have less focus, which is making it harder for me to work. I had so many plans for this week that I've had to rearrange to accommodate my healing, to accommodate my well-being. And because this is the case, I'm really frustrated. that I'm not getting to do everything I want to do. I'm disappointed because I'm not engaged as I could be, which means that I'm slower and less creative, which makes everything harder, which makes it harder for me to have success. I give myself permission to hear the disappointment, to hear the frustration, to recognize the overwhelm that is coming, because I'm going to have less time to work this week. All of those emotions are just trying to take care of me, making sure that I'm focused and on top of what's going on. I give myself permission to just be in these emotions, to feel these emotions, to hear these emotions. And as I do, they will become gentler. They will become easier. I give myself permission to know that it's going to be okay. Even though I'm behind, it's not the end of the world. I will catch up. I will return to full health. All will be well. Nice deep breath. And so it's interesting as we tap on that, I can just feel so much more lightness, so much more openness in my entire body. It's almost as if that sludge that I was moving through is less sludgy. The clarity has actually returned to my head as I'm thinking, as I'm sitting here, as I'm move forward. And you'll notice we haven't tapped on the issue yet, just how I was feeling about that. Because the emotional response we have to whatever is going on is part of our experience. And so every single time we can respond to that emotion, and the nice thing is I can respond to the emotion that I'm feeling many times easier than I can respond to the problem at hand. I can respond to the emotion I'm feeling about being sick, where sometimes I just have to let things run its course and I have to rest to get myself on the other side of it. And so it gives me the ability to have a response, to have something that feels good in this particular moment. So now that we've done that, now what we can do is we can actually do some tapping on the health and well-being of ourselves. And so again, you can tap on this. This is designed to tune into how we want to be healthier, even if you're not sick. Tap on the side of the hand, take a nice big deep breath. And once again, just move from tapping point to tapping point, repeating after me. My system is a powerful healing machine. My system is made for health and well-being. I appreciate everything my system does on an unconscious and a subconscious level day and night to keep me healthy and safe. I know my system isn't perfectly doing this. But it is truly amazing in what it does. I know there are choices that I've made that make it harder for my system to heal and grow. There are thoughts that I have, emotions that I feel, beliefs that I am holding, things that I eat and drink. And choices that I've made that makes it harder for my system to maintain optimal health. I apologize to my system for any of these things that I've done. Especially in the last 24 hours. I appreciate the fact that my system is willing to keep working towards my health and well-being. There are many things that my system are holding on to that is slowing my healing and growth. These can be in the form of thoughts, emotions, beliefs, or substances in my body. Some of these things are known while others are unknown and hidden. At one point, my system thought it was helpful to hold on to these things. I give my system permission to let go of anything that is blocking health and well-being. If I need these things in the future, I will be able to pick them up again. I give my system permission to let go of them even if I don't understand. What they are or why my system thought they would be helpful at one point. My system is a powerful healing machine. I give my system permission to release healing power. Not just now, but throughout the whole day. And as I sleep tonight, I do not need to be conscious for this healing and growth. My system has permission to heal. My system is a healing machine. It is safe for me to heal. I am allowed to heal. I am worthy of healing. I deserve to heal. I give my system permission to release its healing power. I give my system permission to heal. Nice deep breath. Big stretch. Oh. And again, I can just feel my energy raising. I can feel buzzy in my system. I can feel my body going, you need to be drinking more water. So it's responding more obviously to what's going on. And that's just scratching the surface in the way that we can do that. The tapping that we just did there is 1/3 of the healing tapping that I normally do. If you'd like access to that entire thing, absolutely free. If you go to tappingqanda.com/sick, tappingqanda.com/sick, I will give you access to that entire healing script plus 2 more pages of it so you can continue tapping along to make it easier and for you to navigate and to give you something to do when you feel overwhelmed. And again, remember, when we sit down to tap for this, we first want to tap for the emotion about what is going on. Then we tap for what is going on. If you know someone in your life who'd appreciate something like this, be our ambassador, pass it along. Don't spam your inbox, but you might know 1 or 2 people who really appreciate this. Their day will be a little brighter because you reached out to them and said, hey, this might be helpful for you. We always joke about the fact that our marketing budget is your word of mouth, and the highest compliment you can ever pay me in my work is to share it with someone else. As you look at the screen right now, you can see the entire archive of the Tapping Q&A podcast. There's lots of instructions, lots of tap along. I look forward to talking with you and tapping with you again real soon.